So you won't hear from the vice president tonight, but you.
I'm surprised that there wasn't immediate boos. These people were out there for hours, and I mean hours. And as she see that she was more than likely going to lose, she decided to hightail it out of there and send this guy. Who is this guy, by the way? She said this guy. I would have told her to bring her butt out there. Like, you go out there. These people are here for you. You should have been out there. Welcome back to Quality TV. I'm your host, Qua. Quality TV is the channel that you're on right now. And in today's video, we gotta talk. We gotta talk about this SmackDown, this ass whooping, this straight up beat down on fourth quarter Kamala. That's what I'm gonna call her. Her new name coming from me. Fourth quarter Kamala. I mean, today has been wild. There has been more from the disrespect that's been coming my way, and I'm sure all of those who voted for Trump or the Republican, I'm sure the disrespect has been mounting over and over. But hey, look at it like this. Too big to rig. It was a straight up ass whooping. And as of right now, my man's is still 295 to 226. I mean, it was a good race, I would say. But I want to talk about it a little bit. I want to talk about what happened last night. But before we get to that, just some of the things that's been coming my way today. It's been about, hey, you must not like your mom. You must not like your daughter. Oh, you don't want to vote for a woman? It's not that I didn't want to vote for a woman. The candidate was piss poor. She was the worst candidate ever. Fourth quarter Kamala. She came in at the fourth quarter and thought that she was going to beat the guy that's been running and in the trenches for 4 years, planning his comeback. But last night, when I think it was around 2:46, Kamala Harris, I think it was around 2:46, and she sent one of her surrogates out to essentially tell him that she wasn't coming out. And my thing is, if that's your candidate, even if you're gonna lose, you gotta lose with grit. You gotta lose with some pride. And she didn't do that. She sent somebody else out for it. Maybe it was sadness or whatever the case may be. She didn't get out there on her own, and you had all these people that came to your alma mater, your college that you went to school with, and you decided to not come out and speak to those people. You should have seen how fast that crowd just dispersed. But I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna show you some things. I want to go over her concession speech. Let's see if we can critique it together. I haven't watched it myself, but that's what a reaction is for. We're gonna go through it. We're gonna talk about it. But hey, I mean, wasn't it great? This guy literally took the popular vote, which the Republican hasn't done in forever. He took all the electorals. I'm sure he's going to be well in the 300s by the time it's over with. But right now it's 295. They got the Senate, and it looks like the House is coming their way too. And I want to leave you guys with something. I want to leave you guys with something, and it'll hopefully this sizzle in your brain a little bit for those who are on the left. Good candidates unite, and that's what Donald Trump did. He united the Senate, possibly the House, and the country. You got votes from black men. You got votes from everywhere. Every demographic in America, he has votes from. And bad candidates divide. I mean, look at what happened to the the Dixiecrat Party in Kamala's wake, and when Joe Biden left, everything just went down the drain. You had her and Joe Biden beefing. Nobody was really on the same page, but never mind all that. Let me just show you what happened. I mean, just look at this. There's no more blue wall. They were relying on the blue wall. There's no more blue wall whatsoever. This guy took Pennsylvania right here. He took Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, Georgia, Nevada, Arizona, and it's just still coming. And he got Alaska too. Come on. Like, perfect storm. Too big to rig. I love it. But let me show you what happened before he even reached 270, and Kamala Harris decides to ditch her crowd and just Kamala Harris fashion. I don't understand why people feel so strongly about this candidate when she shows you all the time who she really is. She doesn't care. But to the video.
All right, we got to interrupt here. This is a spokesperson for the Harris campaign.
Good evening, Howard.
Let's listen in at Howard University in Washington, D.C.
Good evening, HU. I want to say good evening to all of the Harris campaign, the campaign family. Thank you for all that you have done. Thank you for being here. Thank you for believing in the promise of America. We still have votes to count. We still have states that have not been called yet. We will continue overnight to fight to make sure that every vote is counted, that every voice has spoken. So you won't hear from the vice president tonight, but you...
I'm surprised that there wasn't immediate boos. These people were out there for hours, and I mean hours. And as she see that she was more than likely going to lose, she decided to hightail it out of there and send this guy. Who is this guy, by the way? She said this guy. I would have told her to bring her butt out there. Like, you go out there. These people are here for you. You should have been out there. But hey, she is perfect. She is the perfect candidate. Record is great. Never answered questions. I mean, her campaign was terrible. She never answered questions. She hops in at the fourth quarter and thinks that she's going to beat somebody who's been doing it for ages, or whatever you want to call it. Hey, let them talk.
We'll hear from her tomorrow. She will be back here tomorrow to address not only the HU family, not only to address her supporters, but to address the nation. So thank you. We believe in you. May God bless you. May God keep you. And go HU and go Harris. Thank you all.
Well, that was Howard University, the headquarters for Kamala Harris, which has got to be disappointing for the people who've gathered there tonight wanting to hear from the vice president, even if she's not able to say with any kind of certainty what's happening right now. But there he's just saying not tonight. Maybe tomorrow. It may be tomorrow before we get an official decision, because we know that in some states the the counting does not actually begin until all the votes are in, and because polls had closed somewhat recently.
When you say tomorrow, do you mean today?
Oh yes, right.
She knew it was over. She knew it was over with at that point. She should have came out there and said something to those people. And as far as I can see, it wasn't many cheers out there. I got flat feet, and I couldn't. If I was out there, I would have turned up. But I wasn't out there, and I voted for the other guy. And boy, Feels good. Feels good. Feels good. I mean, but all jokes aside, the way the fear mongering that the Democrats or the Dixiecrats put out to make to turn voters against Trump, it's really taking effect on the women out here. I mean, they're really scared, and I don't think there's a good enough reason to be scared because we had Trump here before. But I can understand after the way the campaign was ran, the Project 2025 nonsense, I can understand why there's a fear. Although that fear was misplaced, I can understand why the fear is there. And the Democrats, they're gonna have to change their whole strategy because the way it's united right now. What Democrat candidate is going to come after what just happened and win again? They gotta they need somebody tough. They need what they call it, the bro vote. They need the bro vote. But let me go to the actual concession speech, which happened today. Should have happened yesterday, but let's get into it.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So let me say, and I love you back. And I love you back. So let me say, my heart is full today. My heart is full today, full of gratitude for the trust you have placed in me, full of love for our country, and full of resolve. The outcome of this election is not what we wanted, not what we fought for, not what we voted for, but hear me when I say, the light of America's promise will always burn bright.
It will always burn bright. And in fact, it's burning bright red right now. I mean, red. Bright red. But I digress.
As long as we never give up, and as long as we keep fighting. To my beloved Doug and our family, I love you so very much. To President Biden and Dr. Biden, thank you for your faith and support. To Governor Walz and the Walz family, I know your service to our nation will continue. And to my extraordinary team, to the volunteers who...
Bro, that was the worst election squad, or whatever you want to call it, known to man. She did okay for somebody who came in at the fourth quarter. I can agree with that. I mean, she 226 or whatever the number was. I mean, that's pretty good for a fourth quarter candidate. Knowing that she didn't receive any votes to even get the position, but to come in the fourth quarter and get that many, hey, I guess, the bad Trump propaganda was doing all right. It just wasn't enough. It wasn't enough, but Yeah.
Gave so much of themselves to the poll workers and the local election officials. I thank you. I thank you all. Look, I am so proud of the race we ran and the way we ran it. And the way we ran it.
How, Sway? How are you glad? How are you happy with the way that you ran the election when you did a terrible job? Abortion was your what's the word? Whatever it is. If you know what it is, drop it down in the comment. When you pick something and you die on it, that hill you died on. Abortion was the hill she died on. And again, abortion is important, but it's not the biggest issue.
Over the 107 days of this campaign.
That's what it was. 107 days. You think that you was going to beat Trump with a 107-day race? This dude's been out there since 2020. How did you even... I mean, but she did good. She did good for 107 days. Yeah. I guess, whatever.
We have been intentional about building community and building coalitions, bringing people together from every walk of life and background, united by love of country with enthusiasm and joy in our fight for America's future. And we did it with the knowledge that we all have so much more in common than what separates us. Now, I know folks are feeling...
We do have something in common, which is this great country called America. And America spoke last night. America spoke on the 5th through the 6th. America has spoken. And they have decided that Donald Trump is the candidate to do the job.
And experiencing a range of emotions right now. I get it. But we must accept the results of this election. Earlier today, I spoke with President-elect Trump and congratulated him on his victory. I also told him that we will help him and his team with their transition, and that we will engage in a peaceful transfer of power.
The shade.
A fundamental principle of American democracy is that when we lose an election, we accept the results. That principle, as much as any other, distinguishes democracy from monarchy or tyranny. And anyone who seeks the public trust must honor it. At the same time, in our nation, we owe loyalty not to a president or a party, but to the Constitution of the United States. And loyalty to our conscience and to our God.
Quickly, if we owe loyalty to the Constitution, Ms. Harris, why didn't you use your constitutional duty and to oust Biden earlier than you guys did? Then maybe you would have had a better campaign or a better chance of winning. But you guys lied to us. You hid the fact that he was declining. And then you guys decided later down the line, after the debate, that he couldn't do it, and you did a coup from the inside. But you could have took him out way longer, like way before it even got to that point, because that's your job as the vice president.
My allegiance to all three is why I am here to say, while I concede this election, I do not concede the fight that fueled this campaign. The fight for freedom, for opportunity, for fairness, and the dignity of all people. A fight for the ideals at the heart of our nation, the ideals that reflect America at our best. That is a fight I will never give up. I will never give up the fight for a future where Americans can pursue their dreams, ambitions, and aspirations, where the women of America have the freedom to make decisions about their own body and not have their government telling them what to do.
That's the hill that she died on. That is the hill. My thing is, if there's an amendment that we voted for on the ballot, why do people still feel like Trump, the government, is gonna control your body? That it's at the state level. It's y'all. It's the Democrats' fault that these women are out here stressed out, having panic attacks, and feeling like hopeless. It's not Trump's fault. It's their fault. They told y'all those lies. They made y'all feel like Trump is the bad guy here. If you stroke those fears, it's gonna stick. It stuck to 67 million Americans. Come on. It's not Trump's fault that they feel that way. Trump said a million times that, no, I'm not going to ban abortion. But hey, whatever.
We will never give up the fight to protect our schools and our streets from gun violence. And America, we will never give up the fight for our democracy, for the rule of law, for equal justice, and for the sacred idea that every one of us, no matter who we are or where we start out, has certain fundamental rights and freedoms that must be respected and upheld. And we will continue to wage this fight in the voting booth, in the courts, and in the public square. And we will also wage it in quieter ways, in how we live our lives, by treating one another with kindness and respect.
Agreed. Y'all, you Kamala supporters, you heard her say, treat everybody with respect and dignity. Boy, I can't tell you how many times today that I have been called this, called that, talked about. Hey, look, I get it. You guys are hurt. You guys are hurt. I understand. I understand that you guys are hurt. But what's wrong with me celebrating a little bit? Hey, I've been on this path for months now. Can I celebrate? Or should I wait till you guys are done crying? Which one is it? But I'm gonna end it there. I don't want to keep talking you guys' heads off. I didn't show much video in this clip, but hey, I'm excited. Dope 47, Dope 45 became Dope 47. But that is my time for this video. Trust me, there's going to be plenty more to come. There's still going to be content. There's still going to be things to talk about. There's still going to be liberals crying. But I'm going to end the video there. If you like the content, again, subscribe to the channel. Like the content. It helps the channel grow. And if you want to say anything, just drop it down in the comment section below. Were you scared? Did you think that Donald Trump was going to lose? I didn't think that he was going to lose, but that's just me. I mean, I wish I would have had 40 million to drop on the election. But until next time, peace, love, and fish grease. I'll see you guys on the next video.